Hey, what's up, everybody? Ryan the Mighty Quinn here, the cornerman underscore MMA. We got a great fight look to come at right now. UFC just announced a great co-main event replacement at UFC 288 between number 4 ranked Belal Muhammad, number 5 ranked Gilbert Burns. Belal Muhammad coming off the win of the formerly undefeated Sean Brady a few months ago. Burns coming fresh off the win against George Gamebred Masvidal. I just had a really good feeling that the UFC was going to deliver on on another co-main event that we were going to be attracted to. Now, I don't know what they're exactly working on. I know that they have the replacement weigh-ins for the title fights and stuff like that. The replacement fighters weigh in. I wonder if they have like fighters on call throughout the card, so to speak, or just whoever's ready. They're doing a great job with it. They're doing a great job with it. I love whatever they figured out. It's not easy coming from a matchmaker. It is not easy. So we appreciate that. What's going on there? So let's break this down. I feel like this is such a great fight. They're very similar in their game. However, they're slightly different. Um, it's almost like Gilbert and if you're looking at this fight, Gilbert and Belal were, they're vanilla and chocolate, both ice cream. Who's going to be the stronger flavor come fight night? That's kind of how it is. Uh, Both have improved striking. Belal showed greatly improved striking against Sean Brady. Um, However, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's break it down. The strengths. As far as striking, I got it even. However, I think I got like speed and fluidity to Belal, where I got power punching to Gilbert. Now, both are very good though at using their strength and striking to get where they want to go, which is to the ground. Now, I'm going to have to give the wrestling to Belal from what I've seen, though. I just really like that pull-in strength he has when he's getting up. I've seen him switch to singles, high crotches. I got to go the wrestling slightly edge to Belal. But and as far as the overall ground is concerned, I'm going to have to go to I'm gonna have to go to Gilbert, the Jiu-Jitsu world champion. He shows great control on the ground from everybody he's fought. And actually, I'm going to flip that up on you. I'm not sure who's going to be stronger against the fence. Maybe that's where this fight is won. Most likely where this fight is won, actually. Because Gilbert is very strong against the fence, could nullify some of that scramble wrestling. So how do we go about it? As I just said, fight is most likely won against the fence. I feel if you're Belal, you got to keep that volume up and you got to keep moving similar to how he fought Sean Brady, where he was trying to avoid the leg kicks. He's going to have to try to avoid the double legs against Gilbert. So he's going to have to keep that distance, keep that edge, keep that angle, and stay off the fence because Gilbert is really strong against the fence. However, if he we'll get ahead of that. So yeah, if I'm Belal Muhammad, I'm just going to try to just point box against Gilbert. Just try to use if there's an exchange where Gilbert throws 1 or 2, Belal needs to throw 5. Move that head and move. Wouldn't shy away from mixing a takedown in there to keep Gilbert guessing. Not that Gilbert is not dangerous on the ground. He just shows that you could survive for a little bit to score on a takedown against the Gilbert Burns. Now, so that's how we're doing it if we're Belal. Moving, mixing some takedowns. Gilbert, on the other hand, needs to get that offensive cage wrestling in. So I'm going to use my power punches to back the somewhat quicker fighter up against the fence. Use my lateral foot movement to cut him off, similar to how he did against George. And get him there and score some power punches and then get in on that double underbody lock to a double leg and then win there, get in that 90-degree area fence canvas and try to score some punching. Gilbert is actually very good at getting people to turtle up and get that tight waist lock and punch from there, punch from hip to hip section. I think that's how he wins that fight. And the front headlock, go from hip to hip to front headlock. Collegiate Wrestling 101 against the fence. Just chew up the clock, learn where to pick your strikes, which Gilbert is good at. For a jiu-jitsu guy, Gilbert does not lay and pray, which is fantastic. I love how he's developed mixed martial artist. So that's how we got it. So we want to get against the fence if we're Gilbert. We want to kind of play the perimeter / fence if we're Belal. So adjustments. If Belal's losing this fight, it's because what I just said, he's getting held against the fence, and that from standing to takedown against the fence, that 90-degree area. So what does he got to do there? His adjustment has got to be, well, as I said, to stay off the fence, but he's going to have to establish head control when they get there. Head position when I get there. What does that mean? Whoever has their forehead in the jawline of the other opponent, that's the person who's winning head position. That's probably where he's losing that battle. And once he gets to that section, now I'm talking against the fence. Really any clinch, but in this specific area, it's going to be against the fence. Once he gets to that area, he's got to dig for an underhook and get the heck out of the way. He can't stay there. He can't hang out because Gilbert's going to pummel inside and go back to that takedown. He's got to get off the fence and evade. And this is like a late round one adjustment. He's going to have to do this quick because this fight could run away from him real fast against the Gilbert. He's too tough to really get knocked out, I feel, in a round 3. So this is going to have to be a late round one adjustment. He's going to have to get that underhook, cut away, and go back to the boxing. That's what he's got to do there. Not necessarily change the game plan, just be a little quicker with the hand fighting and head position against the fence. So now if Gilbert is losing this fight, he's clearly not able, he's getting touched up. He's not able to take he's not able to take Belal to the ground and get him against the fence. So what does he got to do? Now Gilbert, he can make the adjustment a little bit later in the fight. He could probably make like around 1.5, early round 2 adjustment, still win this. Might be able to submit Belal. I think if anyone could finish in this fight, it would be Gilbert by submission. Now, instead of going for the takedown, the thing is, power punchers, they start to develop really good head movement. So that's what I'm going to see out of Gilbert here. Jab in and move my head with my punches and try to shoot underneath off the center of the fence, in the center of the canvas against Belal, shoot underneath strikes, or try to set up strikes with takedowns with boxing where I get Belal to cover up. So with that, that takes his hands away from the defense. It takes his hands away from his leg for defense. It gets Belal to stop in his tracks while he's moving, so he doesn't have to go against the fence and gobble up that takedown and win the fight there in that half guard position off the canvas, maybe moving closer to the canvas, but start doing your ground and pound there. That's the adjustment I have, or ground and pound to submission, although Belal is going to be tough to submit. But either way, and I forgot to add how strong both guys are. I'm really, there's definitely going to be instances in this fight where we're going to see that immovable object versus incredible force, whatever it is. I'm really looking forward to see who's going to outstrength in what situations in this fight. Take a good look for that. Anyway, that's what I got. Really looking forward to a great one. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.